Welcome back to another day in the life of a reseller vlog. Today is Sunday, February 18th. I've been busy this morning listing hats. You guys that watched yesterday's video, you guys know that I got a bunch of hats in an online arbitrage purchase I made. Actually, a couple online arbitrage purchases, a couple lots of hats showed up. I was busy yesterday and this morning listing all those hats into my store. I got them all up now, and today we're gonna unbox that big snowball of a package I showed in yesterday's video. Here's another look at it just in case you guys forgot. A big snowball of a package came from Spokane. This is filled with more hats, some great hats in this one, so you'll want to stay tuned. First, we got to put away all these new hats into inventory. We got all this tote, and then all the rest of them are over here. We got them all lined up here. Was busy this morning listing hats, got them all into the store. We even got some listed into the small store. We put 5 up in the small store as well. We have one return that came back, those pink tennis shoes. So that's the chore for this morning. We got to put away the orders. Sometimes that's the hardest part of the game. You got to keep your inventory system looking fresh, keep things put away where they should be so that when stuff does sell, you know where to find it. So I'm going to take some time and put away all of those new hats, and then I'm going to look at what sold and maybe list a few watches. I've got a few watches that I took photos of. That was another online arbitrage purchase that I made, 27 watches. We took pictures of I think 3 or 4 of them, and I was going to get started on that, but I got in hat listing mode and just got all those hats listed into the store. So I'm going to take some time, put away this inventory, put it into my inventory system, and then I'll check back and see what's sold. Alright, as you can see, we got a clean tote, we got a clean floor area. We got some smalls we got to put away one of these days, but we got some room in here, so we're going to continue listing hats today. But before we get back into list mode and tackle those hats in the snowball package, I thought we would check out what sold out of the big store. Looks like we woke up to 4 sales. Let's see what sold. There you see it, 4 sales for $61.16. Let's check out what sold. First item that sold for $16.93. It's a pair of Style & Company women's black kitten heels shoes, size 6.5. So honestly, I don't know if those are kitten style heels, but I did see a similar pair listed. I just based my listing off of their information, and I called them kitten heels too. The last pair sold, and my pair sold as well, so hopefully they'll be happy with them. Second item that sold for $12.93. It's an Izod green pocket dress shirt, long sleeve button front, size 17.5 by 34.35 sleeve. So I know that is one of the shirts that I revised recently, an older listing that was priced a little bit at the high end of the market. Lowered the price, added a calculated shipping, and that led to the sale. A nice green Izod shirt sold. Third item that sold for $20.33. It's a pair of Cintas gray men's flat front cargo dress short, size 40-inch waist by 11-inch inseam. So that was one of these listings that I was going back and forth with the interested buyer, and we finally agreed upon a purchase price. Sent him a counter offer. He accepted my counter offer of $18.49 plus shipping, and it was interesting because I had a pair of Cintas shorts listed in the small store as well, and I had the same issue, back and forth. I'm not sure if it was the same guy, but it was getting kind of annoying, you know, when they send you like 3 or 4 offers and you're like, come on, just buy the things already, you know. But I didn't want to let him go for a low offer, and I stuck to my guns and ended up getting a higher price point for both pairs of shorts. So sometimes that's what you got to do. You got to play the game. It might get a little annoying, but it is only, you know, 3 or 4 offers, and eventually they make a decision whether they want them or they don't. This case, both buyers purchased them at the higher price point, and we made 2 sales. So that's whole part of the reseller game. You got to go back and forth. There's a little negotiation to all this, and sometimes the seller wins and sometimes the buyer wins. In this case, I think I won, getting a little bit more money for the shorts. That was those pair of shorts. I probably paid $3 for them. Sold them for $18.49 plus shipping. So
that's a pretty good markup on my investment.
Fourth item that sold was sold for $10.97. That's Joseph and A. Banks long sleeve women's large cardigan sweater cotton. It's kind of that olive green, keyword green.
So that was a nice looking sweater, size large, only sold for $10.97. The baseball analogy, that's definitely a single, you know, didn't make a lot of profit on that one, but we collect enough singles, we'll do alright. We had a couple of decent orders come in, so to make up for it, but 4 orders for over $60 this morning. Hopefully some few more will trickle in as we continue working today. I did get a lot of hats, like I said, listed this morning, so there's a lot of eyes on my inventory right now, at least in that hat category. But sometimes you get them in that hat category and that will lead to other sales as well. They buy a hat and then they want a shirt to go with it, type of thing. So hopefully we'll get a few of those as we proceed today. But I'm going to go back into inventory, locate those 4 orders, and then get some shipping labels on them. And then we'll probably take a little break, have a bite to eat, lunchtime. And then we'll unbox that snowball of a package, all hats, more hats. I know you guys probably want to see those. There's a lot of great hats in those. Again, it came from Spokane, so a lot of those Seattle-based teams, you know, the Mariners and stuff, were in that lot. So we'll see what it looks like once I get into that box and see what the condition of those hats are.
Here's a sneak peek at it. I paid $103.32 for this lot. They had it listed for $99 plus $25 shipping, but I made them an offer and they accepted it. Let's see, that was the main photo. Let's see what else they got here. Oh, they do have a couple individual photos. You see the Yankees hats. There's some old vintage hats. Martin, remember that show? Little Chuck Norris hat in there. Green Bay Packers. I'm seeing IHOP, Pepsi. All kinds of fun hats. Los Angeles Lakers, Washington Huskies. I'm seeing Adidas, Chicago Bulls, Microsoft, Cowboys. You see that Cowboys star there? All kinds of fun hats. I counted them and I counted 85. I may have miscounted, but hopefully it'll be close to 85 hats for $103. So the price point on them was good. There's a nice Lakers hat. You see that yellow Lakers hat? That's definitely worth a little bit of money. Looks to be have the sticker on it and everything. There's a vintage Pepsi hat. That'll probably easily be $20, maybe more. The Wazoo Rodeo. A couple Cougar hats, another Wazoo hat, and then a bunch of Seattle Mariners hats. So nice looking lot. We'll get into that snowball in a second though.
Yeah, I think they were definitely a reseller or a collector. They asked me, oh, are you interested in more hat lots? And I'm like, well, I'm not sure. I'm buying this one. You know, I'm looking for good hats at a good price point. As a reseller, I was just honest with them about it, and they didn't reply. But you could see there's all kinds of collectibles in their room. They had the vintage Garfield phone and all kinds of stuff in the photos. So it was kind of a cool little listing. Caught my eye and was worth making an offer, and they accepted right away. So it was kind of a lower offer. They must have been ready to let those go, get rid of them, and make a little bit of money. So I'm kind of in the same boat, looking to get them, open that up, and get them listed and make a little bit of money. So hopefully we can do all right on those. $103 for 85 hats, I think it was. We'll count them up to be sure. But that's a pretty decent price point.
All right, here they come, shipping labels. Let's get these shipping labels ready for these packages. Get them out to the customer as soon as possible. All right, we got some orders ready for the tote.
So while we're in packing mode, we might as well log into the small store, see what kind of action we have over there, and then we'll take a break and have a bit of lunch. But let's see if it had any sales out of the small store.
All right, looks like we had 2 sales for $32.10. First item sold for $10.90. It's a large George Black long sleeve polyester cotton men's t-shirt. Second item sold for $21.20. It's a large green dress shirt, a short sleeve, zero exposure men's cotton polyester spandex blend.
So 2 sales, a short sleever and a long sleever, $32 in shirts, worth of shirts for sale, sold. So let's go locate those 2 shirts and get them ready for the customer.
All right, there they are. This is the George shirt and this is the zero exposure dress shirt. Let's get some labels on those. All
Alright, here they come. 2 shipping labels fresh off the printer. Let's get them on these orders and get them out to the customer. Alright, a couple more for the tote, and 1 and 2. Alright, it's lunchtime. A couple sandwiches and a little mandarin seltzer water. Mandarin orange seltzer water. That's what's on the menu today. Just a reminder, once I finish lunch, I'm going to open that snowball full of hats. We're going to take a look at all the hats that arrived, count them up, take a look at them, the condition, and then get some photos taken and begin listing them. Get back into list mode. That was the goal, to get all the hats on this weekend. We got a batch that we can attack tonight and this afternoon, and hopefully get some more hat sales that roll in next week. Alright, I just put up 5 more listings into the big store. I got started on that watch lot. The first 3 watches plus a little LED keychain and a necklace and earrings set. Here's a look at those watches. Got those posted, as well as that LED light. So now that I got all those listings up, it's time to cut in that snowball of hats and see what we got in there. Should be an interesting find. Like I said, I think there was 85 hats in that lot, so let's get into it and see what we got. Here it is, a snowball full of hats. I think I'm just gonna try to creatively get into this without cutting a hat. Get the scissors on it and start pulling those hats out. We'll get them set up here on the table and give you guys a look. Alright, it looks like they did put another layer. It looks like it's a bag in here. We're finally into it. This is kind of the top, so we'll keep cutting in there and get a look at these hats real soon. Alright, we're into the bag now. I got them set up here. So I think what I'm going to do is give you guys a look at them 10 at a time. I got 10 pulled out here. Let me give you a look at these first 10. This one kind of caught my eye. It's a little Chuck Norris hat, the red, white, and blue. Pretty cool little hat. That one will definitely sell. Let's see what else we got here. Henry Weinhardt's beer. This one got a few little hairs on it. Might have to hit that with a little cleaner. Seattle Mariners with a red, white, and blue Mariners with the Major League Baseball, the American League patch on the side there. Here's the Joint, Las Vegas, the Joint. Let's see, what do we got here? Power bar. So this one's probably not worth as much money, but a nice advertising hat. Pretty clean, it looks like. Here's that Los Angeles Lakers hat. It does have the sticker on there, but it's definitely not new. It has been worn. But little snapback. Snapback looks to be in good shape. So nice Lakers, gold and black. Let's see what else we got here. Shimano, so Ultra Gear, Ultra, some sort of cycling hat, nice polyester hat. Washington Huskies, the big Huskies W on that one. This one was kind of interesting, Washington State Cougars hat, but it has signatures on both sides of the bill here. I'm not sure who signed it, but we'll have to look at that a little bit more detail. Signatures on both sides. Looks to be an older hat, so I'm not sure what year it's from, but signed Washington State Cougars hat. That could have some additional value. And another Cougars hat. This one also looks vintage with that rope on the front. That was kind of the style. This is the Department of Animal Sciences, Wazoo. Yeah, definitely a vintage style hat. So far so good. I think that Chuck Norris hat was my favorite of that bunch. That Wazoo hat was pretty cool, but the Lakers hat was cool. So there's some bigger money hats, and when I'm paying, we'll figure out how many hats we have and how much we paid, and I'll give you the price per hat at the end once we get all the totals. But I think we're paying less than $2 for these hats. To get a Lakers hat like that and Wazoo hat and some of those branded hats, we'll definitely be able to make some profit. All right, let's take a look at 10 more. This one has a batch of Seattle Mariners hats in it. Let's take a look. So that first one here is the San Francisco Giants hat. Again, it has the World Series from '02, so it has that patch on the side there. This one is a fitted hat, so we'll figure out what size that is. A lot of these are fitted, some of these baseball hats. There's a nice Seattle Mariners. I think it's a New Era brand with the MLB logo on the back there.
Another Seattle Mariners hat. This one has the red, white, and blue logo on there, the Seattle logo, and again a fitted hat. Here's another Wazoo, Washington State University. This one is also fitted, has the logo on the back there, pretty cool. Another Seattle Mariners hat. So these are not cheap hats. So if you buy these brand new, these are over $20 hats. You know, back in the day, some of these would sell for some big money. This one is kind of more of the traditional. They came out with this aqua kind of coloring a while back, probably in the 90s, I'd imagine. And another fitted hat. And we're getting back into the Wazoo hats. That's another one of those animal sciences. Department of Animal Sciences Wazoo hat. Another back to the Seattle Mariners. That's again the aqua. This time the aqua on the top with the navy blue bill. So we got some variety to it. And here's a fun one. Look at this, a little Ren and Stimpy. You guys know that cartoon? Little Ren and Stimpy. So they had some fun with their hat collection. Definitely got some cool ones. This one is a snapback. So nice little Ren and Stimpy. We could probably ask a little bit more money for that one. Never seen that before. And then we have a Microsoft hat. So more of an advertising type of hat. So far I'm pretty happy with what we're getting in this lot. Those Mariners hats should be worth a decent amount of money. I'm probably going to ask, $20 for those hats because they're quality hats, the fitted hats, depending on what size they are. They look to be a larger size, so they'll definitely fit a wide variety of people with that correct head size, as long as they're not too small or too big. We'll find someone. All right, I think we're about 20 hats into an 85 lot hat, 85 hat lot rather. And I think we're getting some good quality hats out of this lot so far. Let's take a look at the next 10. So we have a Goodyear Racing hat. Karelia sailing, a sailing hat. So I haven't seen a sailing hat come through. That's kind of a lightweight. It does have a few little sweat stains. We'd probably wash that one up a little bit, hit it with the sponge and clean it up a little. WSU Rodeo, Wazoo Rodeo. Never seen a Wazoo Rodeo hat. Team Makita Suzuki Racing. So we're getting some racing hats, sailing hats, a little bit of everything. Michael Waltrip Racing. So they might have been a car racing fan, it looks like. Here we go, Mercedes-Benz. Someone wants to drive their Benz and have a nice hat to go with it. We got one for them. Some of these hats might need a little cleaning. We'll get them cleaned up and ready for posting, though. We're not going to post anything with hair or anything on it, but this one has a big E. Maybe it's Everett, I don't know. With stars, we'll have to look into that a little more. Here we go, official Monster Truck Series Monster Jam hat. A Monster Jam hat. Again, it has a couple hairs on it, but they might have had a dog or something. Monster Jam hat. Here we go, Dallas Cowboys. Got that Cowboys star on there. Dallas Cowboys. And another cycling hat. Pearl Izumi is kind of a popular cycling brand. Again, it has a few little hairs on there, but we'll run the sticky thing over it and get it cleaned up and ready to list. That is a nice, feels like it might be wool, but nice batch of 10 there. So as we go through these, I want you guys to think about what your favorite hat in the lot is. Right now, I think that Chuck Norris hat was pretty cool. The Ren and Stimpy hat was pretty cool. But I don't know, we got a lot more to go through. Let's keep looking. All right, let's see what we got here. We got a nice Chicago Bulls hat with the bull. Benny the Bull? Is that Benny the Bull? I think they call him. Scuba diving hat. They might have got that one on vacation. That's kind of a cool little graphic, though. Look at that with all the fish and the flowers. Little fish. You guys see Nemo? Is Nemo in there? Little scuba hat. Here's a Atlanta Braves hat, right? That's the Atlanta Braves logo. And let's see, what do we got here? Oh, this is a John Deere hat. An old Spokane Pasco Rowand Machinery Company. Rowand. Here we go, a Life hat. L-Y-F-E. Life hat. Live your lifestyle. Live your lifestyle. Let's see, 7th anniversary Sokum. 7th anniversary white Sokum hat.
We got a kind of a vintage ski bum hat. Vintage ski bum, brown ski bum, kind of that trucker style with the vented back. What's this one? Revenge of the Mummy, a movie hat, kind of a promo hat. I think that came out after with the Brendan Fraser movies, Revenge of the Mummy. I think that's what that was. This one looks to be some kind of a military style hat. That might actually be a women's or a kid's hat. It looks kind of small. And then we have a Nike hat, kind of a reddish Nike. This one also might be women's. We'll have to get a better look at it, but it says 1972. That must be when Nike was established. So some couple nice hats. We're there. 40 hats into this 85 hat lot. I want to thank you guys for being patient with me as we go through these. Again, think of which one is your favorite. We've got a lot of nice hats in this lot. I'm really happy with a lot of these, but we'll have to get them cleaned up, and I'm going to be busy listing hats. Like I said, hats are quick and easy to list and photograph and ship, so one of my favorite things to put online. So hopefully some of these hats will lead to sales real quick. We got 10 more to go here. Let's see. The USC Trojans hat. It says Trojans on the back, so USC logo. North Carolina, UNC. So we went from USC to UNC. Michael Jordan's alma mater. James Worthy's alma mater. Jimi Hendrix. Jimmy. That's kind of cool. Let's see. Falcons. Atlanta Falcons, right? Atlanta Falcons. Nice looking Falcons hat. This was a little kid's hat. This is a Green Bay Packers, but it is my first cap. My first cap, as you can see, it's elastic back on there. So a little kid's Green Bay Packers hat. This one is a little bit dirty. We'll have to clean it a little. Adidas, but it is a nice black and white Adidas. But they did get a few little stains here on the front. So the white is a little dirty, but we'll hit that with a little soap and water. Maybe we can get it cleaned up. Another one of these scuba hats. You saw one of these earlier with the scuba guy. And all the little fish on there. It's kind of a fun little concept for a hat with the scuba guy. Probably got that on vacation somewhere. Let's see, what is this? Auto map. So that one's probably not worth much money, but nice looking white and green. This one was cool. Pepsi, a Spokane vintage Pepsi hat. This one is definitely vintage. Let's take a look at the label here. See, yeah, it's kind of washed out. You can't see what it is. But definitely a vintage snapback Pepsi from Spokane. You have that vintage color and the red, white, and blue. And then the last one in this lot of 10 is a Baltimore Orioles hat. You see that has the Baltimore Orioles logo there and a snap. All right, we got another 10 laid out here. We're getting towards the end of the package. I'm not sure that there's 85 in here. I thought I counted 85, but maybe there's less. We'll have to double check the photos, make sure they're all in here, but still a bargain no matter what. Paid $103 rather, and I got all these hats. Let's take a look at this next 10. This one is pretty cool. It has the ears. It's a Sonic the Hedgehog hat. It's a little bit different. Never seen anything like that. This one's kind of toasted. It's got some stain marks around it, sweat marks. We might have to clean that one up. But a LA Dodgers hat. And this one's Spokane Chiefs hockey. Again, some of these are a little bit dirty, but we'll get them cleaned up. USA, Nellis AFB, Las Vegas, Nevada. So USA hat. My grandpa drives a John Deere. So another kid's hat. IHOP, a restaurant hat. So that one's probably not worth too much, but a promo hat. Here's a green New York Yankees hat, right? Got the shamrock on there. Let's see, anything on the back? No, the strap back, it just says Yankees back there. So Yankees fans, there's always a lot of Yankees fans, and they want that St. Patrick's Day green. We got it. Here's another Yankees hat. This is the traditional kind of blue and white Yankees hat. And all right, we saw the Mercedes. Now we got a BMW. We got BMW as well. So we got them all covered. BMW. And this one, Kingsbury, right? We got the King hat. I'm not sure what brand this is. It looks familiar. Let's see. What does it say? Basquiat, the famous artist. Maybe that's his brand. Mad Engine. That's a
Must be a famous thing from Basquiat. Basquiat? Is that how you pronounce it? I'm not that familiar with him, but I know of him. There he is, Jean-Michel Basquiat. Basquiat. Am I pronouncing that correctly? Looks like he was born in 1960, died in 1988 at the age of 27, that infamous number, right? And he died of a heroin overdose. So New York City guy, Jean-Michel Basquiat. Basquiat. So an interesting fact about him, it says here that in 1982 he had a painting sell for $110 million, $110.5 million, becoming the one of the most expensive paintings ever purchased. That's what it says here on Wikipedia. 110 million he sold a painting for. So that was probably in 88, right after he had passed. So yeah, interesting guy, it sounds like. So you guys are getting it all here today. A little lesson in art, right? We're in the middle of a hat unboxing though. Let's get into the next 10, shall we? Alright, this is the last 8. So it looks like we had 68 hats total. I counted 85, so maybe there's some missing. We'll have to go and look at the photos to make sure they didn't short me a little, but we got 68, and they're pretty decent looking hats. Let's take a look at this last 8. I do remember seeing this one in the photos. This is an old school Martin hat. You guys remember the show Martin with Martin Lawrence, the famous comedian? That was the logo from that show back in the day. Here we have another Atlanta. We got the Atlanta Braves here, the traditional blue and red. This one is a B. What does this stand for? I don't know. It says Bontrager Cycles. Bontrager Cycles. So a cycling hat. I don't know if that's motorcycles or road bicycles, but pretty cool hat. Let's see. This one almost has like a cork bill. Feels like cork. Red Bull Rampage. Red Bull Rampage. That's a really cool graphic. Look at that one. Is that a snapback? Yeah, nice looking snapback. It has the cardboard in there, so this one we could probably call brand new. That's probably one of the nicest condition hats in this lot. Some of these weren't as in tip-top condition, but here's one from the 04 Olympics, the Summer Games, and it looks to be signed by somebody here. It says Humphrey. Humphrey? So we'll have to look that up and see if it's anybody special, but Olympics hat. That's pretty cool. And we got Harley Davidson. This one comes from Illinois. Illinois or Iowa? I don't know. It has 2 different on there. So, Wilwert's Harley Davidson. Wilwert's Harley Davidson. And it says Dubuque, Iowa or Galena, Illinois. So, we'll figure that out. It is a real deal. Has the logo, the tag right there, rather. Let's see, we got here another Adidas hat. So we had that white one that had a few little issues. This one is also in a little bit of a rough condition, but Adidas, you know, it gets its wear. People like it because of the logo. It looks to be kind of that old school logo. Strap back on this one. And this one was a Magnolia Farm. It's a Waco, Texas brown hat. It's kind of stiff. Might need to be just aired out or something, but we'll clean it up, get it looking as good as it can. Probably won't ask a lot of money for that one, but Magnolia Farms, Waco, Texas. So there you see an empty bag. We got it 68 hats. So I got them set out here on this tote back here. So these are the stacks of 10 that we went through, 10, 20, 30, 40 up there. 50, 60, and then the last 8 that we did. So I'm going to get to photographing those. But before I get into cleaning and photographing those hats, I want to take a look at the original listing just to make sure that we received all the hats. Let's take a look. Here's a look at them as they appeared in the listing. It looks like they all are there, so maybe I just miscounted, but 68 hats for $103. So not too bad at all. They do appear to be all in here. All the ones that we went through. You see them all there in the original photo. Whole batch of hats, right? So I just did the quick math. That's $1.52 per hat. 68 different hats. We paid $1.52 per hat. So that's even better pricing than you will find at the thrift. You know, at the thrift shop they go for
$5 to $10 per hat, unless you get them on a special sale day. So you can really make some good buys if you find the right lots here on doing this online arbitrage. You buying it online, looking to flip it back online. So that's what I got to get busy with now. I'm gonna turn my attention to getting those hats cleaned up, getting some of them photographed, then we can begin getting back into list mode and just listing those hats as quick as I can get them up, and try to get the bulk of those up, because we do have some more lots coming in the mail. So we got to get busy on this huge lot. This was probably the biggest lot that I did buy. I just couldn't pass it up. It was too good of a deal. Made that offer, and like I said earlier, and they accepted it, sent it out quick too. Got here from Spokane, and wasn't going very far. They put it in their the bag, and it showed up as a big snowball. Got into it, and I must say I'm pretty happy with some of those hats. I mean, even if you think that there's 4 or 5 hats worth $20, that pays for the lot, and then everything else you list is pure profit. And we definitely have some nice ones in there that we could ask upwards of $20 for. And some of those signed hats, we might need to do some research to see if they're anything special. Some of those vintage hats that I'm gonna search by keywords and find out if they have any additional value because of their age. Because there are some old ones, those old Pepsi hats. Some of those might be rare, and we might be looking at a needle in the haystack, or a gem in the whatever it goes, however it goes. It might look at a score, right? A real score. Alright, I got my first batch of hats cleaned up. I got 10 sitting out here, ready to be photographed and listed. Let me show you. I just grabbed these at random. Some of the cleaner ones, hit them with a little lint remover here. Got one of these handy dandy lint removers, and got all the hair and whatever else was on these. The lint. We got the Mummy hat, the Nike hat, Mercedes hat, that E hat, Ren and Stimpy up there. That was a cool one. Seattle Mariners hat. That's one of the Wazoo hats, the Pearl Azumi, and then the Monster Jam. So we got 10 ready here to be photographed and listed. So there's no time like the present, right? We're going to get those photographed. We're going to begin listing, try to get as many of these up tonight as we can, and then work on them throughout the week. And just to add new hats as the other hat lots arrive. Like I said, none of the other hat lots were as large as this one. This was probably the biggest one that I bought. $103 for 68 hats. Looks like we say $1.52 per hat, so quite a bargain. I'm gonna get started on these right now. Alright, I'm making some progress. I got those 10 listings done. It's almost 7 o'clock now, so I think I'm gonna take a little break, have something to eat, and maybe try to get another 10 up tonight. We'll see how things go, but making some progress on the hats. Feel pretty good about it. Hopefully we can get these hats listed and those sales will start rolling in. We'll see. So far it's been pretty slow today. I thought all this effort listing hats might lead to a few hat sales, but so far nothing. Sometimes it takes a couple days. I gotta remind myself that. Sometimes it takes a while before your efforts lead to sales, and I should know that by now after 20 years doing this, but sometimes it takes a while. So we got 10 more up. Like I said, I'm gonna get something to eat, get my mind off eBay for a second, and then get back at it. So there's the 10 that I just listed. I gotta put those away, get them ready, get them organized to go into inventory. Yeah, I think I need to do a little bit better job about getting that stuff put into inventory right away instead of letting it build up. This morning I had to put away quite a bit of stuff. As you saw, all those listings from the previous week were stacking up there, and it took me quite a while. And you gotta lift a lot of totes when you think some of those totes weigh about 50 pounds, and I'm throwing around totes for an hour straight. That is not good on the body, so I gotta do a little bit better job of putting them away every day. So hopefully I can do that in the next week. A good thing about hats too is they don't weigh a lot, so they won't weigh too much on the inventory system. If you had just a store full of snapback hats, you wouldn't have to lift too much. It would be nice and light. Alright, time to take a dinner break. We're having a little shrimp pasta tonight. Yum yum. Alright, I've got 10 more hats set out here, getting ready to photograph these. We got the USA hat, the Sonic the Hedgehog hat. We got that vintage Pepsi hat. This is a cool one. Look at that old graphic on the Pepsi. This is kind of a advertising hat, auto map, I guess it's called. A little snorkeling hat, I guess you would call it, a vacation type hat. The IHOP restaurant hat. 2 Yankees hat, the green and the blue. This is a Basquiat hat, and then the Orioles hat. So I think I'm going to get those 10 photographed, and while I'm at it, I think I'm going to do another row of action figures. We got to knock these action figures out this week as well, so I'm going to get another row to probably put up in the morning, but we're going to try to get these 10 on tonight. So it's almost 7:30 now, so I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get all 10 of those on, but I'm going to try to get things photographed and start listing away tonight and see how much we can accomplish before 9 o'clock. When we usually call it quits, but I want to thank everybody for watching today. I know it's been a long one, a fun one with all these hats, a new online arbitrage buy, and it's going to be fun trying to get all these on this week, and with some more coming too in the mail. Some actually more high quality hats. These were kind of, some of them were hit and miss, but we got some more coming in the mail, so stay tuned for this week of hat listing. I'll keep you guys updated on what I get listed, but that's the plan for tonight. Those 10 hats and then a stack of action figures. Alright, it's a little after 9 o'clock now. I think I got 6 hats posted from the 10, so we got 4 left over for tomorrow morning, as well as those action figures. So I'll get started on that stuff in the morning. I'll call an end to this video tonight. I want to thank everybody for watching this one till the very end. We got a lot of work done. I got a lot of hats listed. And impressions are up. Sales have yet to roll in, but hopefully that'll happen in the next couple days. Only time will tell. Come on back and see. Of course, I'll tell you everything. I'll show you all the sales in the morning if we had anything overnight. If you're new and haven't subscribed yet, please take a second to hit that subscription button, ring that notification bell, and come on back for more day in the life of a reseller vlogs. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.